Hello everyone! Can you guess how I made this little miracle? Looks absolutely incredible, right? But it's just a hologram I created using an ordinary smartphone and some simple materials. Today I'll show you how easy it is to make such an amazing hologram with your own hands. So, here's the minimal list of things we'll need besides the phone itself. First, a pen or a pencil. Second, a marker. Third, a sharp utility knife. Fourth, scissors. Fifth, tape. And this box will be perfect. From it, I'll cut out a piece of cardboard and take a sheet of transparent film. It's strong and clear, exactly what we need. You can also use a cookie box or just thick paper. And where else can you find suitable film? For example, I found some stickers attached to strong transparent film. Many children's toys are packaged in boxes with thick, clear film. Same with candy boxes or Christmas decorations. The main rule: the film must be transparent, not cloudy, and strong enough so it doesn't bend under its own weight. Look, I'm holding it with one hand, and it keeps its shape. But this one is too thin, so it won't work. Now let me show you how to make the hologram using a plastic bottle. I used a 2-liter bottle because it's perfect for my big iPhone Pro Max. If your phone is smaller, you can use a 1.5-liter bottle. When choosing a bottle, I paid attention to the upper part from the cap to the label. It's best if there are no curves or patterns, so the surface is smooth and transparent. Here's an example with a textured surface, not the best choice, because there will be more glare and distortion. But if that's all you have, it will still work. To cut the top part evenly, I use a marker and a stand of the right height. I fix the marker with tape so it doesn't move. I put on rubber gloves. It's not necessary, but I don't want fingerprints or smudges on the clear surface. I want it to look perfect. I bring the bottle to the marker and rotate it 360 degrees. That gives me a nice straight line. Then I take a sharp utility knife and make a small cut along the line. Through this cut, I insert scissors and carefully cut off the top part. With scissors, it's cleaner and safer than with the knife. Perfect! If there are any uneven edges, just trim them with scissors. That's how it should look. Let's move on. I take a cloth for cleaning glasses, blow on the plastic, and wipe away fingerprints and smudges. You can also use any cloth for glass surfaces. Even a regular newspaper works great for cleaning and polishing clear plastic. Look how nice and shiny it is. Now I take my box and cut out the film. From the bottom, I also cut a piece of cardboard. Look how clean and transparent this film is. For convenience, I cut it in half. Now I open YouTube on my smartphone. In the search bar, I type hologram video or something similar. I scroll and choose a video, for example, this one with a horse on the thumbnail. And we need to adjust a few settings on the phone. It's highly recommended to lock the screen rotation. And it's absolutely necessary to set the brightness to maximum, that way our hologram will be as bright and colorful as possible. Now I expand the video to full screen and flip it upside down. In this position, I place the smartphone on the table, screen facing up. I place the film onto the screen and we already get a great hologram. But of course, we don't want to hold it in our hands all the time, right? By moving the film up and down, I found that the best reflection angle is about 45 degrees. It can be a little more or less, depending on your viewing height. Now I take our bottle piece. We need to fix the film inside the bottle so that it stands at about a 45-degree angle. Next, I take the cardboard sheet and place the bottle like this. I make marks with a pen or pencil. The third mark is for the width of the bottle. I draw the shape of the piece that should fit inside the bottle at a 45-degree angle. Then I cut it out with scissors. Now we try this shape inside the bottle piece. If it doesn't fit, just trim off the excess. I repeat this until it fits perfectly. Finally, the shape fits exactly. I mark the protruding part and cut them off. It should look something like this. Then I take the film, place the cardboard template on it, and trace it with a marker. I cut out the same shape on the film. If your marker is permanent, you can easily wipe off the marks with alcohol. I also wipe the film with a cloth again to show you the perfect hologram surface. Look how clean and transparent it is. Now we need to attach it to the bottle. I cut a piece of tape and stick it to the top of the film. I use tweezers so I don't leave cloudy marks from the gloves on the tape. I attach the film to the bottle piece and press it down with something long, for example, the same marker. Now let's fix the film on the sides. A small piece of tape here, and another one here. Perfect, our setup is ready. I turn on a video with a black background. I turn off the extra lights, and I place the container on the smartphone screen. Wow, just look how amazing this is. I also decided to show you how to make the same hologram using other simple containers. For this example, I just took what I found at home and thought would work best. First, a regular glass with smooth walls and no texture. This is the shape of the film I got, which I will then attach inside the glass. Next, I'll try a wine glass. It will have its own film shape. As I mentioned earlier, I planned for the film inside to be placed at about a 45-degree angle. Third, I found this cup with cotton candy. I want to try using this lid and see what happens. Fourth, I also have a rectangular glass food container. It also has smooth, transparent walls, and I think it will work really well. To cut the film for it, I place my smartphone on the back side, right in the center, and marked with a marker where the screen is. Now I can cut the film to the right size. So, the items are chosen. I also wiped them with a special cloth. I cleaned all the films that I fixed inside these containers and attached them the same way as in the bottle setup. In the comments, be sure to write which container you like the most for the hologram. And now let's check it out. This fish looks very realistic. It really feels like it's swimming in an aquarium. But taller images get cropped at the top and bottom. I think if the container were higher, it would be just perfect. And this anime girl dancing inside the glass looks almost real, just very tiny. Now let's see how she dances in the wine glass. Yeah, here she looks completely squashed. Maybe I taped the film inside with some bends, or the angle was too small. Now the lid from the cotton candy cup. The fish looks really nice in it. But larger images don't fully fit inside the container. With a smaller smartphone, it would work better. Today I will show you how to make such a cool 3D hologram using an ordinary cardboard box. Look how realistic it looks, like real magic. And you can make it all with your own hands. First, you will need cardboard. I think it will not be difficult for you to find it. Second, transparent film. The main rule is that the film must be strong and clear, like glass. Such film is often used for packaging children's toys and Christmas decorations, and you can also find it in candy boxes. You can also take glass or clear plastic from a picture frame. So, the film should be a little bigger than your smartphone. I make marks at a distance of about 1 centimeter from each side. I measure the distance between the marks. I got 18 centimeters. I cut out a square 18 by 18 centimeters. Next, to make the future projector from cardboard, we need to divide the width of your film by 1.414. In my case, the width is 18 and I got about 12.7. I prepared 4 such square sheets of cardboard with sides of 12.7. We also need to make 2 sheets, the width of which will also be 12.7. And the length of these sheets should be a little more than the film, but how much more? The side walls will be glued like this. Mine are about 2-3 millimeters thick. So I cut with a small margin and made 18.8 centimeters. Let's go back to the squares. We put these 2 aside for now. We draw a line along the diagonal. We draw the second line with a 5 millimeters offset parallel to the first. On the second square, we do the same. It turned out like this. Now we take a ruler and a sharp utility knife. We cut the cardboard first along the diagonal line, then along the second. With the second square, we do the same. Now we must glue the resulting triangles to the other 2 squares in this way. For gluing, I used hot glue. You can take any glue for paper and cardboard. For example, PVA glue will work well. Great! The side walls are ready already. Looks like something serious. Now we need to glue them to the base like this. The slots must be inside. I also apply hot glue. I glue one side, then the other. The second rectangle we will glue on top. So pay attention to how the side walls should be glued. The slots must be placed just like this, slightly below the diagonal, so that we can easily insert the film. And in this position, the film will rest against the base of the box and will not fall out of it. Now let's take the second rectangle. I put the smartphone in the center and make marks on all sides. Then I make marks closer to the center at a distance of 5 millimeters from the first ones. I draw straight lines along them. We got such a rectangle. With the same ruler and sharp utility knife, I make cuts along all the lines. I go over all the lines with the knife again and make such a rectangular hole. Great, everything is ready. Now, if I put my smartphone like this, the whole screen is completely visible and the phone will not fall out of this slot. It remains only to glue it on top. I apply hot glue and fix it. Perfect, the last touch remains. To finally impress your friends and family, we will hide the phone from their eyes. For this, we glue such a small strip on top. Almost everything is ready. The last thing to do is to wipe off the marker traces and smudges from the film. This is not necessary, but the cleaner the film, the more realistic the hologram will look. That is why I put on rubber gloves, so as not to leave marks and smudges on the film. So, we insert the film into the inner slots, and the hologram projector is ready. We take the smartphone and open YouTube. In the search bar, we type hologram video or something similar. We choose a longer video. I chose this one with the blue horse on the thumbnail. We also make important settings. First, set the screen brightness to maximum. Second, turn on screen lock so that automatic rotation does not interfere. Then expand the video to full screen and flip the image upside down. We put it on our invention like this. Look, it already looks amazing, right? If you turn off the main light, the image on the hologram will be even brighter. Write in the comments below what you think. Do you like the result? Look, some holograms look unbelievably realistic. Today I will show how to make an impressive 3D hologram using a simple frame and a smartphone. Just look how mesmerizing it looks. With this living picture, you will surprise your friends and family. So, let's go. I will show how I made it. First of all, you need a frame. But what size should you choose? Put your phone like this. It is better if the frame is wider than the length of your phone. Then it will hide the phone from view. For my iPhone Pro Max, a photo frame 15 by 20 centimeters worked perfectly. Then I put the frame face down on the table. I bent the clips and removed the back part with the stand. I took out the paper backing together with the glass. In some frames, instead of glass, there can be clear plastic. It also works for the hologram. I bought a frame with thin borders. If you take one with wide borders, the glass will probably be too small and not enough for the project. Now we need a white sheet of paper or cardboard. The main thing is that it is thick enough and does not bend. Put the back part of the frame on it. Align it with one corner. Trace the sides with a pencil. Take scissors and cut along the lines. Now it is the same size as the glass. Then take a ruler and a pencil and mark 3 centimeters inside the sheet. Do the same on the other side. Put a mark. Make the same marks lower. Mark the same distance from the edges across the width of the sheet. Do the same on the other side. Connect all the marks with straight lines. Inside, you get a rectangle with 3 centimeter margins on all sides. We need the back cardboard part of the frame again. Put it under the sheet of paper. Place the ruler along one of the lines and take a sharp utility knife. Cut along all the lines. Be very careful. Do not rush so you don't cut yourself. Cut again where the lines were not cut through completely. Remove the inner part. Now we have an inner frame. It is called a mat. Put it into the black frame and fix it with the clips. Looks nice, doesn't it? Later I will explain why we need it. Let's continue. We need a small sheet of thick cardboard. Again, take the back part of the frame and put it to the corner of the cardboard. Draw a line along its length. Take the frame and the glass and place them like this. The distance between the frame and the glass in my case should be about 15 centimeters. I take a ruler and a marker and put a mark here and here. I connect them with a straight line. I take a utility knife and cut out this rectangle. Put something under the cardboard so you don't damage the table. Now we have a rectangular piece of cardboard. We need to paint one side of it black. Later I will explain why. Gouache works well. It covers with a solid layer and does not leave gaps. Done! The paint is dry. Let's move on. Take the glass from the frame and wipe it carefully with a special cloth to remove streaks, fingerprints, and dust. I used a cloth for eyeglass lenses. The cleaner the glass, the more realistic the hologram will look. That is why I put on gloves so I don't leave marks. Now place the glass like this. Put the cardboard to it from this side. I put a plant to keep the construction from falling apart. Now take tape and cut a piece about 3 centimeters long. Fix the glass to the cardboard here. And on the other side, turn it over and put the frame like this. Fix the glass to the frame with tape on both sides. Turn the construction on its side again. Fix the cardboard to the frame with tape. Great! This is the construction we got. Not bad, right? Notice that the black painted side of the cardboard must face the glass, not the bottom. I painted it black so it does not give extra reflections on the glass. Now take the phone and make a few important settings. First, set the screen brightness to maximum. Second, lock the auto rotate function. Open YouTube and type hologram video or similar. Choose any video with animation on a black background. Make it full screen and flip it upside down. Put the phone into the frame like this. How is the result? Very cool, right? The inner mat hides the phone from view. From a certain angle, it looks like magic. But to be honest, I made one mistake. Look at these reflections on the glass. They come from the back side of the white mat. But don't worry, I will fix it. I remove the glass from the frame. I take out the mat and put it on paper. I paint the backside black so there will be no more reflections on the glass. After it dries, I put it back and fix the glass again. Now my invention is fully ready. Let's look at the result. How do you like this living frame? Write your impressions in the comments under the video. For a more realistic effect, it is better to place the frame in front of a dark background and turn off bright lights in the room. If you put your hand inside from the side of the construction, you can touch the screen and move the video forward and backward this way. If you look at the frame from a higher angle, you will see the phone itself playing the hologram video. From this angle, it also looks very cool.